In today's video, we are going to talk about an important topic. We are going to discuss about the screen time and what are the measures we can take to reduce the screen time, specifically the time spent in front of the various electronic devices, be it smartphone or computer or laptop, or for that matter the gaming console. Okay, now all of us are aware of the disadvantages which are associated with spending long period of time in front of the screens, especially the Blu-ray emission, which damages our eyes, and there are other problems associated with the same, whether disturbance in the sleeping pattern or anxiety, or you say depression, and there are a host of other issues. So we are aware of these, most of us, but still we can't control it. Okay, so more so this problem has increased in the pandemic, where we are not going out that much. Our physical activities has reduced. As a result, knowingly or unknowingly, we are spending much more time in front of the screen. Okay, so let's get started. The first important point which will help us to reduce our screen time to be aware of how much time we are spending in front of the screen. As they say, what is measured can be improved. So the first thing that we can do is to try to understand our screen time pattern, how much time we are spending on a regular basis in front of the screen. For say for a week or 5 days, you try to monitor and note down what is the time you are spending for different kind of activities in front of the screen. And there are various apps nowadays, so say Rescue Time or Clockify, all these you can use, or even for that matter the Android phones or the iPhones, they have their own inbuilt functions where you can measure the amount of time you are spending for different kind of screen activities. Say for social media, you can put a limit, so when you are going to hit that limit, you will get some notification. So you need to be more aware of what are the ways in which you are spending your time. Say you have a habit of checking your emails in the morning for half an hour, but most of the time once you measure, you will find that maybe 15 minutes or 10 minutes you are spending for email checking. Then all of a sudden you are drifting towards purchasing, online shopping, or those kind of other activities. Or say you are spending a long period of time in front of the screen, just drifting through various social media, be it Twitter or Instagram, which doesn't have any proper value addition, but you are not aware of the time you are wasting, so you are doing it. So all these things, once you measure, you become aware, then it is easier for us to control the same. So the next point is you try to align your values and priorities to the screen time. So it's not that always screen time is bad, but you have to utilize it in an optimum manner. Say for due to whatever reason you have not been able to meet your parents. Okay, you are working in a remote place. So in such scenario, once in a month or once in 15 days, you spend quality screen time having a video call to have a face-to-face discussion with your parents. That's again is a good quality screen time. So because mentally you are feeling relaxed, you are creating that bond with your family. So that's a good thing. Or for say once in a while you want to bond with your cousins or brothers, and you play online video game. That's again is okay. As long as you are not addicted to something, it's fine to spend this kind of screen time. But when you are doing some activities in the screen which doesn't have some value addition, those kind of activities you need to be aware of and try to control them to the most possible extent. So the next point is nowadays most of the times we are having this Zoom meeting, okay, and by default or by habit, many times we have these videos turned on. So you think through it, discuss with your manager and prioritize and decide whether in all these meetings it's required to have the video turned on. Wherever possible, try to shut down the video mode, and then when you are discussing, you don't need to look at the screen. You can close your eyes and have the discussion. Actually, it's going to be more fruitful because you will be concentrating better on what you are doing. Or there are activities or tasks for which you are using your laptop or computer. Think whether the same can be done in a pen and paper. Say at the start of your day, you want to plan what are the activities you want to do. That's a good practice. But instead of doing that in your laptop or computer, you can use a pen and paper and jot down the points and accordingly plan your day. So similarly, all the time things how many meetings are required. If you are empowered enough, you are in a senior position, you can decide the quality of time that you are spending in the meeting, and the people who are reporting into you, they will also be happy about it. And the other end of the spectrum, if you are somebody where your manager is deciding how much time you are spending in meeting, you can gently bring this topic that okay, can we reduce these meetings so that the meetings are more productive. And obviously if you have a heart-to-heart discussions, this is something which can be achieved and you can reduce your screen time. The other important thing which we need to be very aware of is our ability to turn off notification. Nowadays we are so addicted to be always online. It's like we are constantly checking our emails in our smartphones, office emails, or we are on the go, always checking for the various messenger, say in Teams or in Slack channel. If there is somebody is pinging me, I need to reply to that message. No, it's not required that all these messages you have to be replying to them promptly. Many times it's okay to take your time and afterwards you reply to these things. But what is important is when you're turning off the notifications, you make it clear to the people you are reporting into or the people below you that okay, you may get a response from me within 1 or 2 hours, but it's okay not to respond to every email or every message instantly. So in that way your anxiety and your mental state also will be in a much more better position. So the other important thing in this is that for the notifications, there are settings in various apps now where you can have the notification to be muted for most of the messages or emails, but at the same time you can set some rule. Okay, if some high priority items or some mail from your boss comes, in those scenarios, then in spite of the notification being off, you will still be notified. So use all these technologies that is available to have a better screen time. The next point is have some kind of screen-free break. Schedule screen-free breaks. Okay, so you maintain some kind of schedule where every 30 minutes or every 40 minutes you need to get out from your seat, start walking for some time and stretch and then sit down. So it leads to some better blood flow in the circulation, and additionally you are getting a break from continuously watching the screen and you will feel more refreshed. So this is also going to help from that perspective. So the next point is try to go out if possible. So many of us are like super careful about the time we are spending outside because we want to be safe. Okay, that's fine, but at the same time you can wear a mask and still go out, because the more time you spend sitting inside, the more will be the inclination for you to spend that time in front of the screen. So the more once in a while you start going out, right? So your mind will be in a better state where you are spending time outside, and at the same time you are also avoiding spending time in front of the screen. The next point is try to create a device free or area. Okay, say you can decide that my bedroom, or for that matter, many of times we are now habituated that we carry our smartphone along with us even into the bathroom. So all this we can decide that okay, for the bedroom area or whatever, there will not be any smartphone, be it you or your other family members. You jointly agree. As a result, what will happen is that you will get much more free time in that particular area when you are entering into that. Okay, so it's a good practice, as they say, when you are going to sleep, at least half an hour to 1 hour before that period, you should not be watching your mobile, because the Blu-ray emission from the mobile that disturbs the the whole sleep pattern. So that has to be also taken care of. The next point is try to stick to one screen at a time. Okay, so you may be thinking anyway screen time is bad, so why not watch my smartphone at the same time I am looking at the laptop. So it happens sometimes that you are attending a meeting in your computer or laptop, and in between you are checking your messages. But the thing is, the more you are trying to multitask and spend time switching between the different devices, the more anxiety and more pressure there will be mentally. In addition to the screen time, which is going to damage your eyes, your mental state also will be compromised. So it's a better practice that you try to concentrate on one screen at a time. So the next advice is try to make it for yourself difficult to grab something which is related to technology, and something which is easier which is not related to technology. For example, keep different books or magazines in an easily approachable area. So anytime you want, you can pick it up for reading. And say your laptop, have a habit that you have your own cubicle at house, and say you have a drawer, and you put your laptop inside the drawer and lock it once your daily office work is over. So then what will happen is that, say after 1 hour, 2 hour, if you are inclined to again have a look at your emails in the laptop or whatever other activity you want to do, now your brain will be disinclined, because it will be thinking, okay, I have to open the drawer keys, then bring back the laptop, switch it on. So automatically this feeling comes not to do it, so because of the environment that you have created. So you can use this technology or this approach also. The next point is try to be aware of the quality of the content that you are consuming when you are using your screen time. So for example, be it in different social media, say Facebook or in YouTube and all these things, you can keep on scrolling throughout the day, and there is vast amount of content available. So you can just go on from one content to the other, but are you learning something? Is it providing you some value addition? So it's better that you stick to a longer movie which has some meaning, where there is value addition, or you check out some content in YouTube, say which has a longer period of time, say 15-20 minutes. So you are more absorbed in a single activity rather than jumping between different YouTube videos of 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Again, that creates much more pressure for you internally on the mind. So that also you need to be aware of. The next point is try as much as possible to control your exposure to various social media, like say Facebook or TikTok or Instagram and all these things. So your learning from these is limited, but there is this addiction which happens, where this constant craving inside to get some likes, get some comments on whatever you have posted in, say, Facebook or Instagram and all these things. That creates a lot of anxiety in addition to the effect on the eyes that is obviously there. So it's an important principle. You should try to practice as much as possible. Limit yourself. You should decide. You are a adult. You know how much screen time is good for you. You can decide. Okay, max I can do 15 minutes, or I can do half an hour of screen time viewing for different kind of social media, and stick to it. So the next important thing, and the most important one, is that rekindle your hobbies that you had previously. And most of the times, with passage of times, it happens is that we just think that we are busy and we are not able to give enough time to different activities which we are really enjoying in our childhood or even when we were young adults. Okay, so it's a good thing to try to brush up those skills again, be it trying to learn a new language, or you like to quiz, then do quizzing. You like doing yoga, do some kind of painting, cooking, gardening, and there is innumerable number of activities that can be cultivated by you over a period of time. And in addition to having another skill set that you are adding to your overall repertoire, what is also happening is that these things are going to relax your mind, and the byproduct of all this is that you are also not spending time in front of the screen. And the more you get addicted to these good hobbies, the more you will be able to reduce your screen time as a side effect, which is also going to help you in the long run. The final point, in old days they used to say that you should not be eating in front of the TV or any kind of screen. It has its benefit. Nowadays, more modern research has also given credence to the same view. So what happens is, when you are watching screen, you are not aware of the food that you are taking in, and you may not be chewing it enough. As a result, you will have a tendency to put on more weight because you are not chewing enough, and you may eat more food than what is required. Okay, and at the same time, what is happening is you are also damaging your eyes by the constant Blu-ray radiation that is hitting your eyes. So these are the different points which you can take into consideration and try to implement them and try it out. I strongly believe that this will help you to reduce the time you spend in front of the screen. But in addition to that, there are some other things or precautions which you can take. For example, you can go for a simple Blu-ray protection spec. So if you purchase a spectacle which is able to block the Blu-ray, that will be a great thing to protect your eyes as much as possible. Take frequent breaks. Have this habit of looking far and then looking nearby, doing some kind of eye exercise from time to time, so that overall your eyesight is preserved. That's it from this video. If you like it, then do subscribe to my channel, hit the bell icon, and share the video with your friends. So these are the different points which can be taken into consideration, and this will definitely help you to reduce your screen sight. This will also help you to reduce your